Hi, everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk Retirement Living. Hope you're having a great summer so far, and we've got a few exciting updates to share with you today, including our performance, our resident experience strategy, our priorities in retirement living, a bit of information on heat networks, and how to keep cool this summer. So I'm going to hand over to Jen to start with the updates.
Thank you, Kate. Hello, everyone. I wanted to give you all an update on our performance and a reminder that we publish our performance data on our website every quarter. The most recent one on there is from Q4 last year, so that's January to March 2026. And over the next few weeks, we'll be publishing Q1 of this financial year, which is April to June. In the latest report, we've got details of our full year investment in our schemes, which was £48.6 million invested into your homes. So that's been spent on new kitchens, bathrooms, emergency call systems, lounge makeovers, and so on, to ensure that we really are providing great quality homes to everybody living with us. It also details our efficiency in letting empty properties, collecting rent on time, actioning repairs, responded to complaints, and a number of other measures as well. So do take a look online, or if that's not your thing, that's absolutely fine. Just ask your local housing manager for a copy of the report and they can get that for you. If there's anything else that you would like to see in there regularly, then do just let us know. And while we're talking about performance, it would be remiss of me not to mention our tenant satisfaction measures, or TSMs as they're known. That's our annual resident survey that some of you filled in last September, October time. So on our last Let's Talk recording, I gave you the headline results from those, and that was a 91% overall satisfaction level. We've now got the full individual scheme reports, and that breaks down results over a number of categories, like how safe you feel, how well maintained you feel your home is, how we respond to complaints specifically for your scheme. And over the past few weeks, you'll have had your operations manager come out to your schemes, and I've been out to several myself too in the East region, to talk through and explain those results that we've received and work with you to produce an action plan for improvements if needed at your scheme. We're tracking these, and at the time of speaking, we've got 198 schemes with actions or action plans and over 600 actions logged in our system. So we will work through all of those actions, and we'll make sure that we give you regular updates in your newsletters in a You Said We Did format and at residents' meetings, so that you can hold us to account for all of the things that we need to do. So next time round, I'll let you know how that's going. Thanks very much, and over to Jason.
Thank you, Jen. I'd like to talk to you now about the resident experience strategy. It's a new strategy that we have introduced. It's got a number of areas to it, such as quality and consistency, communication and engagement, knowing our residents, living well, and oversight and governance. Look out for more details coming up. And if you've got any questions, please have a look online.
Just following on from what Jason said there, we have our retirement living priorities, which we do each year. And this year, we have our strategy saying residents will be at the centre of every decision we make, or to put it another way, you're at the centre of what we do. So we've put together 6 big priorities that will shape the future of retirement living, all about making life smoother and safer for you. As Jason's just said, we have our new resident experience strategy, where we'll be enhancing engagement and strengthening our resident voice. We want to properly hear from you, whether it's this is great, this could be better, or why does that take 3 weeks? Your feedback helps us make things faster and improve what's already working. Our goal is to achieve higher satisfaction, stronger trust, and services shaped by you, the residents. Think of it as you giving us a gentle nudge or a firm poke when needed. Secondly, again, as Jason said, quality and consistency. Every scheme and every service, every experience should be consistently excellent. Wherever you live, you should get the same great service. No more, why does their scheme get that and ours doesn't? With a new quality framework, regular audits and targeted action plans, we're raising the bar everywhere so things feel fair, reliable and consistently good, and it's not a lucky dip. Our third priority is around compliance and insurance. Safety isn't negotiable. It's absolutely essential. So we're aiming for 100% compliance, sharper monitoring and fewer risks. So keeping you, the residents, safe and confident in your homes. You shouldn't have to wonder if something behind the scenes is working safe, because we'll be on it. Leadership and culture is our fourth priority, where we're investing in our leaders to inspire, empower and set the tone for high-performing teams. We want our leaders to support their teams, listen to residents and help us all work together, taking accountability, collaborating and ensuring a culture that lifts everyone. So we're not left guessing who does what. Fifth, quality systems. So we are investing in our digital tools, in our finance system, in our housing management system. So hopefully this will cut out duplications, free up time for our local managers and teams to focus on what really matters, and that is you, the residents. So less time spent clicking buttons and more time spent helping you. And finally, our growth and influence. We're building stronger partnerships, shaping regional housing plans and expanding retirement living where it's needed most. We're working with our local communities to make sure our older people's needs are properly recognised. And that means being more visible, making more of an impact and having more of an influence on where our homes for older people are. It's bold and it's practical, but it's a resident-centred strategy, and it's designed to make your life a little bit easier and a little bit more consistent.
Right, so this next topic, it won't affect all of our courts, but it is a big new change for many. So this involves heat networks. Now, a heat network is where a single heat source, such as a boiler, provides heating to a number of different properties. Now, you'll be on a heat network if you pay for this through your utility charge. So if on your scheme, you have one central boiler that provides heating throughout the court to each property, then you will be on a heat network. Now, new regulations mean that all heat networks will now be regulated by Ofgem, and also complaints relating to them will be overseen by the Energy Ombudsman. So this is quite a significant change. As part of this, we're expected to ensure that systems are run efficiently and we clearly communicate with residents on what they can expect from their heating system. Now, by this point, you should have received a letter about heat networks to give you a bit more information. The key thing in that is that there is going to be a one simple standard for comfort, as we call it. So this is the minimum temperature that you should expect on your scheme, and that is 21 degrees. Or in some cases, schemes may agree something different locally. Now, this is in line with guidance from the likes of Age UK, from CIBSE, from the Met Office and others. We wanted to find a standard, a temperature that is widely seen as a good, sensible and safe temperature to put in place. So that's why we've gone with 21 degrees for our standard default. Now, where a property is not reaching that temperature, you'll be able to speak to your local manager. They will do some temperature checks. And if it's not reaching that point, then we'll look to make some repairs or tweaks to the system to make sure it's getting there. Now, these changes should mean that our systems run a lot more efficiently. And it's a good way of us making sure that we keep those utility charges as low as they possibly can be. On a separate matter, I wanted to discuss our resident conferences, which are coming in September this year. We're going to be running 5 retirement living resident conferences. These will be in Bristol, London, Leeds, Manchester and Leicester. You should see posters up on your notice boards now. They explain how you can sign up. We'll be providing a fantastic lunch on the day, as well as ensuring that your transport there and back is paid for. It is a brilliant opportunity to get key updates from us, as well as offer your thoughts on where you think we're doing well or could do better. You'll have the chance to meet our Chief Executive, Bruce, as well as Kate and your Regional Head of Service. This year, on the application form, we're asking residents for topics that you would like discussed on the agenda. So once you hand your application form back for that event, we'll be having a look to see what the kind of consensus topic is, and we'll be making sure that we have a dedicated item to discuss that at the conference. We'll still have all the other things such as regional updates, Bruce's updates, and other key bits and pieces you will find helpful and and useful on the day.
Thanks very much, Anthony. Yeah, we just want to finish up today by talking just briefly about this crazy weather we're having, and the heat waves that we're expecting to continue throughout the summer as well. So keeping cool when it's so hot outside isn't easy, but there are a few useful tips and reminders that can help. Some of these were in your newsletter last month, so you can always go back to those for reference. But number one, when it's hotter outside than it is in, do try to keep your windows and your curtains or blinds closed to minimize heat getting into your property. That's especially important if your window is facing the sun, and this really can make a huge difference. Number two, you can try and take cool baths or showers, or even just placing your feet in a cold but not icy bowl of water can help as well. Number three, using a misting spray with cold water in it or a damp cloth on your body can really help. And using a fan at the same time can be really refreshing too and help to cool you down. A bowl or a bottle of ice in front of that fan can also really make the circulating air much cooler. Of course, do make sure you're drinking regularly as well, water or a soft drink. And if you're not feeling well, please do contact your manager, a relative, a neighbour, or a health professional if needed. Lastly, please do look out for your neighbours because it can be really tough when temperatures are soaring. So stay safe, everyone, and thanks very much for listening.